everyone, today I am making French fries. And French fries at home is one of those things that I don't do very often. I find they're a bit of a pain in the ass, a bit of a hassle. There's a few times that I will make them, and I try not to overthink them. So many French fry recipes that you see online or on YouTube, completely overthought. Double fry, freeze and then fry, triple fry. There's the one that I really do like though is you ferment the potato like sauerkraut and then fry. There's high temperature, low temperature, high temperature. So much overthinking. I just tend to get a really good potato, and I've got an Idaho potato, and I cut the potato up as uniformly as I can. And I don't obsess about them all being exactly the same size. There can be a little bit of variation in size. I don't cut the ends off. I don't throw parts of the potato away. I don't peel it. I leave it pretty much a potato. I want to know that I'm eating a potato. That's kind of what I want in a French fry. So I cut them a little chunky. I leave the ends on, and they're going to cook mostly evenly, but a little bit unevenly, because I like some really crispy parts. So I chop up the potato and I stick it in water to take some of the starch off. And this is where there's another difference as well. Some chefs say cut them and fry them right away. Don't soak them. Some say soak them in baking soda. Some say soak them in baking powder, which brings up a lot of really good questions. I think somewhere down the line, not too far from now, we're going to do a whole series on figuring out the best, or, you know, how the different methods work out. So these are going to soak for about an hour until I'm ready to cook them for supper. And then I pull them out of the water and I pat them dry. Now the method that I'm going to use today to fry these is I'm going to start them in a cold pot with cold oil. And what this does is it cooks the potato all the way through as the oil comes up in temperature. So it kind of gives you that same effect of cooking it at a low temperature first to blanch them, and then cooking them at a high temperature second in order to crisp them up. It all happens in the same curve of heating. Now today the oil I'm using is beef fat that I've rendered myself. You can take a look on our channel for that video. You are just in time.
Ooh, I like chips.
Chips, French fries, frites.
Oh. I don't usually call them French fries, but yeah.
No.
Yes, French fries.
They're chips, aren't they? Yeah.
It's all a family thing, right? Everybody's family, I guess.
So as usual, I've made too many.
Great.
Do you want to sprinkle some salt on these as I pull them out?
Sure.
So this is just the easiest way to make French fries, I think.
Oh yeah, how'd you do it?
Well, it's just you put the potato pieces in cold oil, and then you just, as the oil heats up, it cooks the potato through, softening the middle, and then as the oil gets up to temperature, it crisps the outside.
Okay.
You know, and you
just
get a
like
really
that, they're done.
you get a really beautiful looking.
Maybe
French fry.
oversalted, but you know, they'll be okay. We'll shake them off.
I don't know if you can oversalt them. We have to wait a moment.
They have
They're
to cool.
very hot.
How long did it take?
It took about 15 minutes for the oil to come up to temperature.
And then you cook them for how long after that?
No. So as soon as the oil comes up to 350, 360 degrees, it's done.
That seems really simple.
That's what you get.
They look really good.
Well, and it's a great way for people who are afraid of putting stuff into hot fat.
Well, yeah, because it spits everywhere.
Yeah, so you put it in and you step back and it never really spits. Even no matter how wet the stuff is that you put in, it bubbles a little bit and you can see if there's some spatter.
I was going to say, but that's probably when you brought them over.
A little bit of spatter, but it's not this giant.
Yeah.
So
No,
I mean,
understand that. I don't like when oil spits at me either.
It's a simple method to make some really good French fries. And we're going to taste them, but they're still too hot.
Is it time?
I think it's time.
It's time now? Okay. Maybe not quite time. It's so hot.
but they're cooked all the way through.
I've got great flavor.
Great flavor, and they're not greasy.
Well, it's a relative term.
They're deep fried.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of people are afraid that if the oil isn't blazing hot, that things are going to get soggy. And they would be afraid of this method because they think that at the lower temperatures, when they're just sitting in cold oil, that they'd soak up oil. That doesn't happen. That's a myth. For some things, it's not.
For chips.
For donuts, you wouldn't want to do that with donuts. But for French fries or chips or frites, not a problem.
All right, so what are we going to have with?
Uh,
What do you think? What's going to go with these fries?
so these fries are going to go with that deep fried steak I kept telling you about.
Yeah.
We're going to make that next.
Okay.
Actually, we're going to do something with Brussels sprouts next, and then we're going to make the steak. All of these recipes are on the channel. These are
Sounds
really
like a good supper.
and I'm going to take these away because
I'll just eat them all before supper actually happens.
you can put these in a low oven, like 200 degrees, and they'll keep for like 20 minutes.
Perfect. Is that how long the other stuff's going to take?
Probably not.